My son was prescribed into addiction by a doctor. And so are so many of you.
After losing his son to suicide as a result of a long battle with opiate addiction, Avi Israel devoted his life to bring awareness and change.
In 10 years in Iraq, we lost 4,000 people. In 1 year, we lose over 16,000 people. What's wrong with them?
Julie and Avi's heartbreaking story began when their son Michael was prescribed an opioid by his doctor to treat his Crohn's disease.
He was this far away from remission, and when he got to 18, the Crohn's came back. The decision was made to have surgery and resection his bowels. And that's when Michael started receiving Loratabs. It was something that we made a mistake at the time. We did not know what Loratabs were all about.
He was paranoid, afraid to leave the house, afraid to be in a crowd.
We thought it was the Crohn's because it is a horrible disease. You don't know. You know, as a parent, you don't know about addiction. You know, and sometimes until it's too late.
On June 4, 2011, the pain from the prescription drug withdrawals became too much for Michael. After unsuccessfully trying to get treatment from his local detox clinic, Michael locked himself in one of his bedrooms.
I said, Michael.
And
he said, what? And I said, open the door. And that was his last word spoken. What?
And then, and when I went to the back window, I heard the shotgun being cocked. And I started to scream for Julie to call 911. And by the time I got to the side door, I heard the shot. So I pushed Julie out of the way and I kicked the door open, and Michael was laying there, struggling to breathe, and I knew that he didn't have much long to live. So I told him how much I loved him, and it was like a few seconds later, I heard him take his last breath. And the day he died, Michael didn't have any drugs in his system. Prior to that, Michael was on hydrocodone, Xanax, Cymbalta, all prescribed to him by 3 different doctors that never looked at each other's or a report.
I'd say...
Since Michael's death, Avi has repeatedly petitioned the Food and Drug Administration over its prescription drug policy, particularly how they classify or schedule opioids. The scheduling levels refer to a drug's potential for abuse and dependence. A Schedule 1 level, the most serious. For years, the FDA has refused the Drug Enforcement Administration's recommendations to restrict or upschedule hydrocodone, a popularly abused prescription drug, and the very one that Michael had frequently been prescribed.
This pill did not grow on a tree in Afghanistan. This pill came out of a lab in the United States. For the life of me, I do not understand why the FDA has left the most abused drug on this planet, hydrocodone, in Schedule 3, where you can get 5 refills, up to 240 pills per refill, and take that home and not see a doctor for 6 months. And one way to stop it is for the FDA to do something about it, to regulate it. And they have not done it.